Hey everybody, here we go. We're on the 30th floor now. This is gonna be a tough one, especially with the party I've brought. I have lovely Dory, who I just got recently from the new event. She's awesome because she is a null damage wall and null gravity barrier monster. So yes, you heard me right. That is a double ability monster that is farmable. So I got her right away, and you saw the video earlier, hopefully. If not, go ahead and check it out. But she will prove to be super helpful here. Now, to make up for the fact that I don't have any more double abilities, I'm going to hedge my bets here, and I have Noah, who has null gravity barrier and is pierce, and Hunter King, who is bounce and also has null gravity barrier. So I'm gonna have to be very careful with the damage walls with those two middle characters. And of course I've used Uri as my friend. She has double abilities and her strike shot should come in handy when it's needed. Now if you don't remember, the 30th floor is kind of like a best of game. We're gonna go through the whole second wave of impossibles. So that means Ashura, Bishamonten, Marichi, Daikoku, and finally Akala. And we're just gonna have to go through one of their stages and just try and make sure to survive through them all. Now of course Dory and Uri, since they're a light type, we don't really have to worry too much about the elementals, but Noah and Hunter King in particular, we might be taking a little extra damage here and there. And as you can see, as you saw, that Dory and Hunter King were in the best position, so they took a good amount of damage. Now that heart is, I really want it, but luckily there aren't any damage coming this next turn, so Uri's next and can pick that up, giving me a little bit of breathing room. And on top of that, just because I know my party is not ideal, especially since I have two gravity barrier only monsters, I did opt to take the helping hand with the HP 10k boost. And I mean, in the previous floors they've come in handy, so hopefully that is also the case with this one. Alright, we are set with this. Unfortunately, got a little greedy with Noah there, but probably could have been a little safer. Alright, next up is Bishamonten, so you do want to try and take care of the metal balls and jellies as soon as possible, and that is lucky. The fact that Hunter King somehow managed to get that bottom right and the top left without getting stopped by the jellies is... oof, that is crazy lucky. I'm not even going to say it's skill, because I couldn't even plan that if I wanted to. That is pure luck there, my friends. Alright, but now that all of the obstructors are gone, it should make life a little bit easier to do some damage against Bishamonten. And that was another lucky bounce with the plasma going over the weak point. Seeing some pretty good stuff with this run so far. And of course, Noah, we want to be sure we don't run into the damage wall, so playing it a little safe there. Hunter King as well will need to stay horizontal, but that's what I'd want to do anyway. Looks like there was an awkward bounce in between the Noah and the maybe Bishamonten? I'm not sure what exactly happened there, but that's a mistake. Yeah, pretty sure I wanted to get that heart, but don't know what happened there. But Dory's double ability, so we're gonna be able to run around without any worries. Alright, next up is Marichi. Don't forget, you do not want to stay directly above or below him. He has two powerful lasers that will wreak havoc. If you can kill the drone, you can avoid having to deal with the Domon that will fly down. And the jellies will be nice to clear out because your bounce types will be able to move. However, they will put up a wall, so Hunter King and Noah will need to be a little bit careful once you take down the jelly dudes. But looks like we're doing a pretty good job about staying away from the middle. Yes, doing a good job. Dory will be the last one to evacuate. And it is tempting to go for that weak point, but I would say do not do that. Just play it safe. And everybody's gonna miss the lasers. So good. And now we got another 4 turns to deal some damage before that laser shoots off again. Now, I think with this team it should be doable. I think Noah's in a perfect position here. And so is Hunter King. So either way, if I go up or below, I should be dealing some good damage here. Now Uri, yep. Why not both, right? Why not both? Whew. Alright, so now we get a little intermission stage. We've got the now extinct Plentyback. That was me. Make sure you do kill him in 1 turn and try to get to the bottom half of the map, because next up is Daikoku and you want to deal with those Onis on the bottom as soon as possible because they do explode after 6 turns. After getting this far, it would be a shame to have to die to those, but if you're not on the bottom, I feel like it's pretty hard to get them, so that's a pretty crucial positioning point in this stage. But Uri and Hunter King and the poison is good enough to take care of them, and now we've got free reign against Daikoku. And don't forget that bottom right number is his dancing attack, so he'll jump to the top left, top right, and then back to where he is. And if any of your monsters are in there, they will likely be paralyzed, and I mean, while he's dancing, he deals a lot of damage too, which you really can't necessarily afford. And this is nice. We got the boot along with Noah, and we didn't kill the masks. The masks, you know, normally it will enrage Daikoku, but in this stage, it'll just launch a big White Blast attack. I don't think it's a 1-hit KO, but it is pretty significant. Now Akala, you just want to take out that clone on the top right because he will be healing the main Akala for a good amount of health, so make sure you do focus on getting rid of him, and you know, getting rid of the wolves too is good. Ooh, look at that, 4 million damage from Dory. I mean, sure, it helped that she was in between a wall and the weak point, but I'm just so happy they just released an event monster that had double abilities, because I don't think I would be able to clear this without her. Alright, so now we're trying to just sneak our way into the bottom of Akala. Meteor attack. And looks like I'm just pulling Noah instead. That's legit. Alright, so speed clear, who cares? Let's take a look. Now you gotta make sure to get rid of the 4 corners because they will explode after that bottom right number. So make sure you do your due diligence and clear out those minions. As you can see, there's no reason to attack the Babel on top because it's essentially a scorpion. It would be interesting to see programming wise what they have in that 99, because you can never ever see what's in there, but oh well. Alright, so Hunter King is in a great position to deal damage to that top right minion, and once again it's time for Dory to shine because her strike shot is just like Succubus. Bash. Kick him up. And he is definitely out of there. So now we're going to want to make sure to kill Fenrir before that top right number goes away, because that's also a 1-hit death. And at this point I want to hit as much bump combos as I can, so you know, 1 hit of the damage wall isn't too bad. And Hunter King, I desperately want him on top because that will help a lot in the final stage. And luckily I was able to get him in there, and I don't want to move Hunter King, so I opt not to use Uri's strike shot here. Also, you know, you want to save it for when Babel is up. Alright, so if we can get to Hunter King's turn, we should be able to shave off a lot of HP. Now Dory, I'm probably, do I want to go in between? Do I want to try and sneak on top? But it looks like I'm going in between the two. Probably not as much damage as I would have hoped. And oof, all those lasers. So scary. Noah, I'm opting to hold on to his strike shot because all the minions will come back up eventually, and if he gets another turn, the strike shot will be that much more powerful. But Hunter King, great positioning, strike shot. There you go. Hunter King, always the best, bud. Thank you so much, Hunter King. Yeah, there you go. Who knows if I would have actually survived past that. There's a lot of attacks coming, so I don't know. But thankfully, Hunter King was able to get into that prime position between the wall and Babel, and whew, clearing 30. I didn't think I would be able to do it, honestly. And once you clear 30th floor, it's not an orb reward, but rather Babel, and that is true up until floor 34, I believe, until you get Element of Babel, which you can use to ascend, and finally some more orbs at the end. Alright, well, bad news, this is the end of my run for the Tower of Champions this month. Ran out of time. I mean, I would say this is a pretty decent run for my first serious attempt after switching over to the Japanese version. I mean, of course I had to get help from SF and Kraken, one of my friends, earlier. And again, many thanks to them for helping me out, because I probably wouldn't got past those particular levels without their help. We'll see how the Hatcher rolls in the next few sets. I have a lot of orbs stocked up, so look forward to those videos. And yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this journey up, and maybe next time I can get a little farther, and maybe by myself. Who knows? But thank you for watching. I will see you next time for the next video. So until then, bye bye.